Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah al-aliyyil azim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Sallallahu ala sayyidina wa nabiyyina Abil Qasim al-Mustafa Muhammad. وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين أجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره. Yesterday we introduced the topic of followership, so now we want to talk more about its emphasis and then start with the characteristics of true followers. One reason we emphasize on followership is because faith is not something which is static, something which is possible to be fixed. It's very dynamic and vibrant. Therefore, we need always to be connected to the current. Once I said about the spirituality, if someone feels that he doesn't need to move anymore, it means that he's out of the current. Otherwise, till end of your life, you need always to be moving forward. So it's not enough to believe in and practice certain things. It is a matter of being always fully alert. We need to always be alert. Seizing opportunities, choosing, deciding, planning, and then acting. The need to make key decisions can arise at the most unexpected time. It's not that we fix when opportunities come. Say, okay, I am not ready. No, when I'm ready, the opportunity. No. Many times when we are not expecting, then great opportunity comes. Like the story of Prophet Musa, Allah Nabiyina wa alayhi salam, that inshallah we will mention. The need to make key decisions can arise at the most unexpected time. And the same holds true for encountering new opportunities. So we should be always alert. And we know, based on experience and based on teachings of Islam, that you alone cannot be alert enough, cannot be wise enough, insightful enough to do everything and understand everything. We need to do many things in consultation with other mu'mineen. Unless something is very, very obvious and repeated many times, we always need to consult, we always need to think together and make decision together. In this beautiful story of Prophet Musa ala nabiyina wa alayhi salam that we find in Surah Taha, for example, in the verse 10, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains how for the first time Musa alayhi salam received revelation. This is the very first time Allah talked to Musa alayhi salam. إِذْ رَأَى نَارًا فَقَالَ لَأَهْلِهِمْ كُثُوا إِنِّي آنَسْتُ نَارًا لَعَلِّي آتِيكُم مِّنْهَا بِقَبَسٍ أَوْ أَجِدُ عَلَى النَّارِ هُدًى. Musa alayhi salam was traveling with his family in the night. It was very difficult and dangerous, to travel in the night. It's dark. It was not through, for example, cities. It was through maybe deserts and plains. So Musa alayhi salam maybe was at most hoping to take his family safely from one place to another place. Then he saw fire. But Quran says this fire was a friendly fire because he said, Anastu nara. Anasa comes from uns. Uns means acquaintance with. So when you have very good friend, you say anis or munes. Yeah. For example, we say to Allah, Ya anis al-zakirin. Ya anisa man la anisa lah. So ons means something that you can be friend, you can be acquainted with. So he saw a friendly fire. It was not fire, for example, in a building that is on fire and you are worried. It was a fire that was giving good feeling. He said to his family, Omkosu, wait, I have seen a good fire. لَعَلِّي آتِيكُم مِّنْهَا بِقَبَسٍ. Maybe I can go and bring some fire. Maybe, for example, put on a piece of wood or whatever. Or أَجِدُ عَلَى النَّارِ هُدًى. Or maybe I find some guidance. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started talking to him when he went there. What is interesting is that this happened when he didn't expect. Okay? Plus, this shows that Musa alayhi salam was alert. Because my understanding is that this fire was not on the road, on the way. If it was in front of them, he said, okay, we all go and reach the fire and check. When he says to family, stay, I am going to check, means the fire was on the side. So you cannot just watch the road. You have also to watch sides of the road. And sometimes you have to watch also behind. So 360 degrees, you have to watch. Maybe opportunities come to your face, sometimes opportunity comes on the side or behind. We have to be. So maybe, for example, I am going to the shrine, which is great. But in the lobby of hotel, I see someone who needs help. I say, okay, I am now busy, I have to go to the shrine. And I dismiss the opportunity. Maybe actually this is a great opportunity to help this person. Maybe I can get from this what is greater than going to and doing my own ziyarah and doing my own ziyarah. Yeah, maybe I want to go for ziyarah. Someone is ill, for example, or someone is married, is in need of my help. Maybe if I give the money to that person, it's better. So don't fix your mind on things that you are sure or you have been told that they are very good. Maybe there are other things that are greater. So mu'min has to be always alert, and even as I have said in some lectures, even don't just make your decision based on rewards which are promised. Because the rewards which are promised are based on general circumstances. Okay? Rewards are based on general circumstances. You have to see what is most pleasing to Allah at this moment. Is it clear? For example, there is great reward for building masjid. There is no doubt about it. Okay? No one questions that making a masjid is great. Even if you have a little contribution to building a masjid is great. Building a school, hospital, etc. But masjid is great because the house of God and place of worship. But maybe now in our city we don't need masjid. Maybe we have already a masjid. Yeah? Don't fix your mind on certain general rules. Maybe right now, instead of building a masjid, we need something else. Which maybe there is something that is not mentioned in our hadith. Something new. Okay? Yeah. As a sister said, maybe we need a gym, for example, for the youths. Yeah? It doesn't mean that rules of Islam have changed. It means that our circumstances change. If we have already a masjid, to make a second masjid, maybe even it is prohibited. Because you are dividing community. If there is no need for a second masjid and you make another masjid, this divides the community. So we have to always think and discuss what would be most pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All your day and night, just have this in mind. Of course, sometimes you cannot make decision on your own, you have to consult other people. But for us, the most important thing is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even rewards which are generally promised should not be the main factor. Yeah? For example, another example. Islamically, to lend money is more rewarded than gifting. Yeah? If I give someone money and don't ask, to give back, is less rewarded than lending. Because when you give money, you make that person dependent. So it's better to lend money. Reward is more. But sometimes a person has already taken lots of loan, and I know if I say give me back, he's a very, careful person. He's not someone who doesn't bother. So it keeps, hurting him from inside that I have debt to this person. I get more reward, but he's being hurt. So I say, don't worry. It can be for you, it's up to you. You want to give it back, you want to, keep it. Because I know that now Allah is more pleased that I give peace of mind to this person. Okay? The general rule is there, but I know this person is a person who is, if I say, is alone, he will be always worried. So, opportunities are there, but not where you expect. And also, opportunities are there when you may not have hope. We have hadith. Kun fi ma la tarju, arja minka fi ma tarju. When you have no hope, you must be more hopeful than when you have hope. Yeah? Sometimes situation looks terrible. That is where a moment can be more hopeful, because then maybe Allah is going to have intervention. Okay? Don't lose your hope. The nature of faith also calls for guidance that is dynamic. You are all familiar with set of hadiths that Sunni Shia have narrated in different versions. We have it in the book Lessons on Imam and Wilayah. The general idea is Man mata wa lam ya'rif imam zamanihi mata mitat al-jahiliyyah. Yeah, Sunnis, Shia all have narrated. Whoever dies without knowing imam of his time or her time dies like someone who has died in the time of ignorance. The era before Islam is called Jahiliyyah because they didn't know, but more importantly, they didn't use their intellect. Because Jahl in Arabic means either not to know, opposite to ilm, or not to act wisely, opposite to aql. So Jahl, in English also, ignorance, sometimes we say someone acted out of ignorance, it can be didn't know or even knew, but acted unwisely. So, if I am a Muslim, but I don't know Imam of my time, I am similar to the people who died before Islam. Okay? What does it mean? My understanding is that to be a mu'min doesn't mean that what you have done in the past. To be a mu'min means that where are you now? If I don't know Imam of my time, even if I have made lots of good decisions about choosing Allah as my Lord, choosing His Prophet and Quran and Imam Ali, etc. But if I don't know Imam of my time, it means that I am disconnected. Right now I am confused. I don't know where guidance comes, to whom I should answer, to whom I should connect. So it's very important to know Imam of your time, not only Imam of, for example, previous generation or 10 generations before, etc. We all know this. But now my question is, what is the meaning of knowing Imam of our time? Is it enough to say Imam of my time is someone who was born in the year 255, then in the 260 he became Imam after his father passed away or was killed. In the year 329 his ghaiba started. He's going to come and fill the earth with justice and equity. He's from progeny of Lady Fatima, Imam Hussein. There are lots of things that we have in our hadith. Is this enough to know this? I say no, this is not enough. Why? Because even Shia before this time, even Shia in the time of Imams had this kind of information. But this kind of information doesn't save you from acting unwisely. Yeah? Because this is a kind of very general and theoretical information. When we say you need to know Imam of our time, means you need to connect to Imam of your time. You need to follow Imam of your time, not just list few biographical information. What difference is making for us that we live in this time compared to the Shia who lived in the time of Sheikh Saduq or Sheikh Mufid who have put together hundreds of hadiths about Imam Mahdi. There must be a difference. We must receive some instructions today that they were not able to receive. Okay? So this means that there must be a system of followership that makes us actual followers of Imam of our time. Makes us people who are under his leadership. Otherwise, just having information doesn't help. Imagine if you are, for example, in an army, okay? And the line of command is cut, but you know the name of the commander, his name of father, mother, where he was born. What the difference is going to make? It's important to have line of command. Either directly, or that, for example, this is the person that has reliable contact, for example, with the hierarchy, and I can through them get connected. So faith is very dynamic. Faith is a matter of connection and belonging. Therefore, as an individual, it's almost impossible to be mu'min on your own. Unless someone lives, in a desert and has no other choice. But in such difficult, complicated, sophisticated life that we have, no one can live as mu'min and remain as mu'min on his or her own. You have to connect. You have to belong to. It's very important. Why Quran says, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Why Quran doesn't just say إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ? Iman and amal salih should be enough. But Quran says people are in loss unless they have faith and do righteous deeds and enjoin each other to observe the truth and patience. Or in another words, tawasaw bis-sabr wa tawasaw bil-marhama. Yeah? Or why the Quran says, ittaqullah wa kunu ma'as sadiqeen. You need to be with the truthful people. Doesn't, for example, if someone says, isn't taqwa enough? Doesn't taqwa suffice? Don't iman and amal saleh suffice? We say, yes, they suffice. But to have iman and amal saleh, you need help of each other. Yeah? In this very difficult situation that we live, on your own you cannot make all the decisions properly. It's like football. Can you play football even if you are the best player alone? No. And is the other team going to say, okay, because you want to play alone, we also play alone, one by one? No. They are very organized. They are, acting as a team. We cannot say, no, we prefer to be one by one. No, we need to be also together. If the other side is international, it's very organized, we have to be also acting as an international body. Yeah? Especially our number is much less. Our material resources are much less. So at least with the spirit of iman and unity, believers can face them. Otherwise, individuals cannot do that much. Followership is also very much related to the concept of intizar. I had, I think, 3 lectures on intizar a few months ago in South London. We try to explore more the concept of intizar. So basically, intizar means actively and wisely waiting for Imam Mahdi. It's not just waiting. It has to be with activity and wisdom. Okay? And therefore it's one of the greatest ibadat, acts of worship, is intizar. If I am just waiting for something to happen, this is not ibadah. But if I am waiting in the sense of preparation, that is ibadah. Yeah? If I come to the room and I see the class is not ready, desks are different places, chairs, no light, no electricity, no projector, and I just wait here. Inshallah, other people come and fix, and then I can enjoy. This is not intizar. Yeah? This is ta'til. Means you are not doing anything, you are in an idle situation. Intizar means, okay, I see things are not right, I start working, call people, let us sort out this. So it's a kind of active and wise waiting for Imam of our time. Good followership of the Imam during this time is key for his reappearance. We are not waiting for the Imam in the sense that he needs to prepare. Rather, the Imam is waiting for us. We say we are muntazir, but our Imam is also muntazir. He's waiting. We are waiting for him, but he is waiting for us. Okay? So indeed, we are waiting for our own preparation. Because we know that if we are prepared, he will be with us. Okay? So the key is here. If we wait for him, he's waiting for us, nothing is going to happen. If we wait in the sense that we prepare for his coming, then he will come. If we were prepared to fulfill our responsibilities, it would hardly take even one day for him to reappear. So he's waiting for us. He doesn't need, to prepare. Is there anything in your mind that you think Imam needs to prepare himself for it? He needs time. Can you think of scenario that Shia are ready? They are prepared, they are organized, they are united, but Imam says, wait, I am not yet ready. Can you think of this? Imams don't need time to get ready. Plus, he's already for 14, not 14, but almost 12, 100 years. He's waiting. So he doesn't need to prepare. And we have in Tawqi'at, in the social walaya, lectures, we had this Tawqi. لو أن أشياعنا وفقهم الله لطاعته على اجتماع من الأمر. If our Shia were united, والوفاء بما عليهم من العهد, something like this, and they were loyal to their covenant, لما تأخر عنهم اليمن باللقاء. The blessing of meeting us will not be delayed. So why we don't have blessing of seeing Imam? Because we are not united. We are not loyal to the covenant, to the treaty, to the promise. He is the true muntazir. Then, sorry, I should have made it. Another thing, this is also a very important point, and I request you to pay attention. It's very important for this discussion, but for the whole life. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us with witnessing the time of reappearance of Imam Mahdi ajallallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. I am sure many times you have been thinking how fortunate, how blessed were Shia in the time of the appearance of Imams, especially those who were able to go and visit, for example, Imam Baqir, Imam Sadiq, even looking at them, listening to them, let alone asking them questions. It was great blessing. So we are deprived of that blessing. But first of all, according to our hadith, mu'mineen in this time, if they do their job properly, they are in a better position. Allah loves mu'mineen of this time, generally speaking. Not there are individuals who are exceptions, but generally speaking, mu'mineen of akhir al-zaman afdalu ahli kull zaman. In the hadith of Imam Sajjatu Abu Khalid al-Kabuli. So the mu'mineen of this time who are waiting for Imam and they are loyal, they are the best people of all times. Okay? Although we don't have that blessing, but our job is more difficult. So Allah appreciates more. But another point is that it's not that because we cannot see our Imam or listen to him directly, spiritually we are deprived. It's a very important point. Maybe you say, how we cannot be deprived while we don't see Imam? It makes big difference. You say, yes, but Allah has His own ways. A true mu'min in this time can benefit from Imam of her time more than what a Shia in the time of Imam Sadiq was able to benefit from Imam when he was listening to Imam. Okay? I repeat, a true mu'min in this time can benefit more from Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Faraj than the Shia who had access to the Imam of the time. Why? Because guidance is coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then it reaches us through Imam of our time. Imam of our time, or any time, is Hadi. إنما أنت منذر ولكل قوم هاد. For every people and every generation there is guide. Okay? So what is the job of Imam al-Zaman? His job is not to meet us and talk to us. This can be a way, a method. His job is to guide us. What method is available? That's Allah's choice, Imam's choice. Okay? So it's not that because I cannot see Imam and listen to him directly, Imam's hands are tied and he cannot guide us. So if you are well tuned, you can benefit from guidance of Imam of our time more than the Shia who were not well tuned in the time of the presence of Imam. So this is very important. We don't believe that we are deprived of our Imam and we are not fortunate to receive guidance from our Imam. No, we can receive the same guidance, even more. The only thing is we need to be well connected. We need to be good followers. You need to be someone that understands how to receive communications. If you expect communication to come in the form of direct speech, direct letter, no. But if your heart is open, communication can come through inspirations or through people who have been trained in the school of Ahlul Bayt. So therefore, I have made this point here that one of the great keys of success is to appreciate what is available, benefit from what is available, be grateful to what is available. Then not only you will be given more, but also from the same thing Allah gives you more. Okay? So for example, if we have a good alim in our city, okay, or if we don't have in our city, somewhere we get access. If we benefit from this alim, maybe he is not the best scholar of the world, maybe he is not the most spiritual, yeah, we shouldn't think we are deprived. I wish I was in Qom, I wish I was in Najaf, I was able to ask my marja, or great scholars there. No. If this alim is really alim, of course condition must be there, not fake alim, but if it's really educated, pious, if you listen to his advice, Allah through him gives you the advice that the greatest alim of the time was supposed to give you. Okay? Allah can give through him the advice that the greatest alim of time could give you, if you are appreciative of this ni'mah. I have mentioned as an example the example of ziyarah. Ziyarah of the prophets and imams, of course, is great. But suppose you live in a place that is far and you cannot go to the main shrines. You are in the city of Ray, for example. Okay? There is a shrine belongs to Ahlul Bayt for Hazrat Abdul Azim, one of the progeny of Imam Hassan alayhi salam, who was approved, who was endorsed by Ahlul Bayt. I cannot go to Karbala, but I can visit him. By visiting him, I can get what I can get from visiting Karbala. What does it mean? Does it mean that he is equal to Imam Hussein? No, of course. But it means that the same Allah who is providing you with light when you visit Imam Hussein has made a channel, has made a network. Get connected to the nearest one and then rise. Don't wait for the strongest one. Okay? Get connected to the nearest one. Benefit, appreciate, be grateful, and try to rise. Not waiting for the highest, a step. So this hadith is very interesting. Someone went to Imam al-Hadi alayhi salam. And Sheikh al-Saduq in Thawab al-A'mal, Sheikh Saduq, mashallah, has many books, you know. So in Thawab al-A'mal, he has quoted this hadith that دخل على أبي الحسن علي بن محمد الهادي عليه السلام من أهل الري. Inshallah, when you come back from Mashhad, inshallah there will be visit of this shrine. It's near airport. So someone from this Ray, which used to be very important city, sometimes was capital like Buwayhit, and then now it's like a small place compared to Tehran. But Tehran was just a village. So Ray was very important. And you know, Iran as a country was larger, but up to the 10th century, the majority were not Shia. Qom, Kashan, and Ray were Shia even from early time. But most of Iran were Sunni. And also some places near Caspian Sea. There were some dynasties who were also Shia. So Ray was a place which was very significant. Even you know that Omar Saad was promised by Yazid to be governor of Ray and the whole region. So he says, I entered, means I went to visit Imam Hadi. Abul Hasan al-Askari. Askari is a title for the 10th and 11th Imam. فَقَالَ أَيْنَ كُنْتَ. Imam Hadi al-Askari told me where you were. قُلْتُ زُرْتُ الْحُسَيْنَ عَلَيْهِ السَّلَامِ. I visited Imam Hussein alayhi salam, Karbala. قال أما أنك لو زرت قبر عبد العظيم عندكم لكنت كمن زار الحسين بن علي. This man is able to visit Imam Hussein maybe once in life, maybe once in 10 years, 20 years. But Imam is giving him an instruction that helps him every day. Yeah? Every day you can benefit from this shrine that is near you. If you wait for going to Karbala, how many times you can go to Karbala, especially at that time? Imam wants to give him and other mu'mineen, and even has reached us,